Well, guys, finally got out and did some field work today. The 40-20 and the drill. Got to plant some oats. So our late planted rye was not doing very well, or not as well as I'd like, so went and bought some oats today and planted oats. So that center strip back there where we picked that last little bit of corn in the center that we chopped, I planted oats in there. Then where we had the pearl millet, we planted oats in there, and we planted oats in this bottom piece down here. So go down and take a look at this. So the ground's still a little wet in spots, but for the most part I've been doing no-till and cover crops long enough that it doesn't really affect it much, because the ground is usually firm enough even when it's a little wet that I don't have too many issues. But you can see out here we planted this bottom. Geese are mad that I'm out here. Too bad. But there is rye that was coming, but it's very sporadic. Like here's some rye that's growing. And here's some more rye that's growing, which I don't know if you guys are gonna see it on the camera or not. But it's just here and there. You know, I can see it. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up or not, but you can see green here and there, but it's not enough. So, being we don't plant corn until the end of May, there's still 4 or 5 weeks before we'll even plant corn. So that's 4 or 5 weeks of something ought to be growing out here. So hopefully the oats will start growing and maybe more of this rye will pop up. I don't know. You can see up there it's very sporadic where there's rye growing. Then there's patches where there's nothing growing. Our early winter did not help anything. So calves are already out grazing. They're like, you know, Dad has a fence high enough so we can go out and eat grass. The cows are mad, but they will be going out on cover crops by this weekend. Our early winter made us go through our hay inventory faster, or we started feeding earlier, so we're just about out of hay. So this weekend the cows are going to go out on winter rye and probably this front hay field, which there's not a lot there. I guess that might be just changed too. We might actually put them out here. I haven't decided if I'm going to save the side hill for rye to combine, or if I'm going to save that strip along the side over there to combine. I want enough that I have straw for the calving pens, and then I have a lot of seed left now, so it's not really for the seed as much, but it is. It's nice to have it. So there's always people that are interested in buying it because they see the seed price has not gone down any. I was just there this morning getting oats, seed oats, and a bag of winter rye now is $17.50 a bag for a 50-pound bag. So we'll take a little walk out here. I got another purchase that was made today. I got to go pick it up tomorrow, so we'll have a video on that maybe tomorrow. I bought something that is going to give us a little more options for growing some other crops. So I'll pick that up tomorrow. One of you that I'm friends with knows what it is, just don't say anything. Midwest Alice. Yeah. We'll do a video on that one of these days. But our rye out here, it's starting to grow. We're finally we've had a couple days in the 70s now. It's still fairly cold at night, but this rye is starting to really take off. So I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do this weekend, where the cows are going to go for sure, and get some fertilizer spread. Now this ground is wet right here. You can tell that it's wet because the seed trenches didn't close very well, and I kind of had the drill lifted up just a little bit, so the wheels in the back weren't really closing. But you know, I mean, there was standing water there earlier today, so you can see there's not really any ruts from the tractor. So this trash and all the roots that are in the ground help the soil structure, so you can kind of work when it's a little bit wetter. But let me get out to this rye here quick. And those goofy kids. But I was getting real worried about this rye earlier. On my last update video on it, it was pretty iffy whether it was going to grow or not. And there's spots here and there that there's not really any rye growing, but it is now. It's growing. The deer keep nipping it off every night, but a lot of it's 2-3 inches. And the weather's supposed to be nice through the week, well, until the weekend, and this weekend they're talking snow, but then it's supposed to pop back up into the 60s, so I expect this rye is going to grow pretty good. But the cows need something to eat soon, so they're going to come out here and graze it. Planted oats on this, so whichever one I put them on, they're going to be eating whatever is growing. And if I put them out here, there's still corn stalks back there. They can go back there and eat on those too. But typically oats seem to pop out of the ground pretty quick. So, you know, and there is stuff here growing. There is rye in this that was in that cover crop that's growing. But I came back through in October and planted more. But everything that I planted in October, it got cold. And then we got all that rain and freezing weather, and we got rain and stuff in December, freezing rain. It'd warm up just enough that it would rain and then freeze at night, and it did not really help any of these crops. And the place I was at today getting seed, a lot of guys are ordering like peas and oats and barley and some other mixes for basically like emergency forages, because a lot of alfalfa froze out. So yeah, hay's probably going to be expensive in this area again. So I'm just hoping this stuff grows and we can make some feed for our cows. There's still a couple weeks left of corn silage. I'm gonna try and get the heifers separated out here one of these days, get them out of there, and that'll help the corn silage pile last a little bit longer, and hopefully it'll last until we get some hay made. So, but we shall see what happens. Got a lot of manure left to haul. My seed corn should be here, I'm hoping, by the end or the middle of next week. They're hoping to ship at the end of this week. It's coming from Madison, so hopefully that'll be here, just so I have it on hand. And I don't know for sure. We might, depending on what the weather is this weekend, if we don't get much rain or snow, next week might actually start planting new seeding. But we shall see. So anyways, that's just a little quick update what things are looking like around here. Pasture's starting to green up. Tomorrow I got to go pick up that new piece of equipment. It'd be real nice to spread fertilizer on the pasture and on this rye, but I don't know that I'm gonna have time tomorrow. And Friday I have to go tour a farm to set up a grazing plan, so I do not know that I'm gonna have time to do it Friday. And then they're talking rain and snow this weekend, so who knows what'll happen. But anyways, it's just a little quick update. Darn kids. Waiting on 5 more cows to calve, and then calving season will be over. So anyways, stay tuned. New equipment purchase video will hopefully be out tomorrow, maybe the day after, who knows. But 2019 is starting off here.